Whoever you are watching, you have a renewal that is headed your way. I'm hearing you have been in the trenches, okay? And you have just literally been waiting for the sunshine to come onto your doorstep. Some of you guys may have been sad. Some of you guys may have been depressed, or you guys have been stuck in the past in some type of situation. But what Spirit is giving me is that the 3D that you are currently experiencing is old. That is old news. So that's really great news, right? What you're experiencing, whether it's a job situation, whether it's a relationship that you're tired of, whether it's a home situation that you're tired of, whether it's a situation that you're tired of your finances, whatever it is. I heard that old raggedy bucket. For some of you all, it's a vehicle that you just been like, where's my new car? I've been manifesting a new car. Okay. Spirit is saying that is all old news. You have, in order to be able to get to the new, the old literally has to play out. You know how they say the only way out is through? You literally have to go through the old. As I walk through the shadow of the valley of death, or as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, pretty much it's like you're walking in the old energy that is not fun. You're at that job that you've been praying to get out of. You have to go through it to get out of it. That's the only way you're going to get to the other side. But it's old. It's all old manifestations. Just think, exactly where you are right now is some form of what you have previously asked for. You once asked for where you are. It may not be to the specific specifications. It may be like, okay, you may be saying, Nayla, I didn't ask for this situation, but you asked for a job, or you asked for a certain relationship, or whatever the case may be, and maybe you weren't specific enough, but you got a job, even though you don't like those coworkers, or even though you don't like that pay, right? So you got that person, even though you realize this ain't who I want, but I feel like I'm trapped in a relationship with them. You got that home, even now that you're living in it, you're like, okay, this isn't exactly what I desire. I want this, and that. Instead, the situations that you were in had to come about so you could realize, I was asking for too small. I wasn't asking big enough. But it's levels to this thing. So you had to be at the level that you were to realize the level that you desired to be at, is what I am picking up on here for you. So it's all old energy that is playing itself out, and it has to cycle through, just like a washing machine. It has to cycle through in order to be able to wash that out. And then it can, once that energy has been cleaned up, right? Once you've cleaned up your energy by being in this cycle, now you know better. And now that you know better, you can do better. And that's where your renewal comes from. But sometimes the cycles that we're in, it can 333 on the phone. Sometimes the cycles that we're in, it can last longer than what we humanly would like for it to. Meaning it can last for months, it can last for weeks, it can last for years, it can last for days longer, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, Spirit is saying there's lessons that you're getting. Even if you may feel like, well, I've gotten all the lessons I was supposed to get out of this. Clearly, Spirit feels, or the universe feels, there's still more that you're supposed to learn while you're in this situation. Or for some of you all, you may be in a waiting period. Maybe you have learned all that you needed to learn, but now you're just waiting, right, until it's time to cross over into that renewal. But I'm also hearing double check. Okay, you're checking your list twice. Make sure there aren't any lessons that you need to really get while you're still here, so you don't pull those lessons into the next session, right? Into the next cycle, right? It's like we're always going to be renewing our cycles. So the cycles will always renew. It's just what type of cycle are you renewing? If you don't get the lessons in the cycle that you're in, of course, when it's time for the new cycle to come through, it's gonna feel like, dang, it's the same situation, just different. It just looks different. It's the same, abuse is just with a different person. It's the same low pay, and nasty coworkers just at a different job. So make sure that you get whatever lesson spirit is telling you that you need to get, so you can move on. And this renewal, because the renewal is coming no matter what, but just make sure that you're stepping into your renewal with a clean, fresh start. That way you can actually enjoy your actual manifestations of what you've asked for, the more manifestations. And even when you get to here, whatever you've manifested at this level that you're at, using for example, let's say if it's a job, you at this job now that you once asked for, and now you realize, I don't like this job, I don't like the coworkers, I do not like it here, right? So now it's caused you to say, you know what, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to get my own money. And spirit is like, say less. So that's what you're manifesting for the next cycle, right? But that doesn't mean that when the next cycle comes, that you're automatically going to get the money, that you're automatically going to get the clients, that you're automatically going to get the customers, that everything is going to go perfect with whatever systems that you're using, that your inventory is going to be perfect. Now you're in the cycle of being an entrepreneur and everything that comes with. You get what I'm saying? Or let's say if you ask for a better job. So now it's like, well, I want, a boss that treats me right, or I want to be the boss, right? In the next job that I get, or I want my coworkers to be like this, I want to be in an environment to where I'm received and accepted and not tolerated. I want my pay to be at least this amount per year, right? That's what you're manifesting for the cycles to come in for your renewal, right? So now when this new cycle comes in, this renewal comes in, you're going to be getting those things, some of them or all of them, right? You may not get everything in the new cycle, but you're going to get a lot of what you've asked for, right? So when that cycle comes in, and let's say now you're the boss, you may realize, well, dang, the boss comes with a lot of responsibilities. So I don't know if I want to be the boss. Next cycle is going to constantly require you to ask, is this really what you want every time you get to experience what you asked for? You may get that home that you've been manifesting in this new cycle. Maybe you're in a townhome, or maybe you're in an apartment or in a condo or whatever. You're like, okay, I'm ready for a home. Well, guess what? Okay, you get to get that home. Congratulations to you, right? Now that you have the home, you're like, well, dang, who cleaning this mug? Oh, it's more money? I got to put out more in the electricity bill. I have to pay a maid or, housekeeping because it's too much for me to do by myself. So you're going to realize the responsibilities that come with the things that you've asked for. And it may not be exactly what you really wanted. You're asking for a new relationship or your relationship to get better. You may continue to realize, okay, I got this relationship, but it's going to sacrifice your, not your independence per se, but now you have another responsibility. Is that something that you're really ready for? Do you have time for another person? Are you ready for another person to be in your personal space? So the renewal is coming is the point of this message, but make sure that you're requesting and you really truly know what you want. Be careful for what you ask for, because you just might get it and then you realize it's not what you really wanted at all. So the point of this message is, what do you really want when this renewal comes to you? Because you're going to get it. So just make sure that heavy is the head that wears the crown. Make sure it is something that you are truly ready for. So these are your messages. Thank you all so much for your continued love and support. And I will see you all in the next one. I am motivational speaker, LATRICE. Peace.